All right, so Russell Wilson is an interesting case study. Obviously, the team's done really, really well with him, threw for over 400 yards last week. But I'm going to show you as we go through the course of the game what I mean by that and how at times it just doesn't make sense to me what Russell sees or is thinking on different plays. Okay, so we're going to come out here and, okay, so he doesn't complete this pass. But I like this nonetheless, just because this is the Russell Wilson we came to know in Seattle. Get back, hit the back foot, see something, and rip it. Okay, so he's going to rip this seam right here. And again, not necessarily the best decision overall because we're going to get kind of a 2-on-1 right here. But the Mike linebacker in Tampa 2 runs right to that spot. But he sees an opening and he rips it, okay? And that to me is what I like about this particular play. Even though he doesn't complete it, this is the Russell Wilson, the confident Russell Wilson attacking down the field and trying to make a big play, right? And so at the end of the day, okay, you don't like this because of this guy. You don't like this because of that guy. You've got an over and a shallow coming here that we can read off of this defender and do all of that, okay? So that's the next step to the process. But hey, I see an opening. I think the Mike linebacker is a little too far away from this guy. Let me try to rip it in there and hit the seam. Okay, he hits it. Okay, we don't get it, no problem. All right, so now let's come back with the next play. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. So we just had a play where Russell Wilson comes back, and it's not even necessarily the right read, so to speak, or, at least Cincinnati was in position to kind of take it away. But he saw an opening, and he took it. He played Gunslinger, Russell Wilson, which is what made him great. Okay, so now on this particular play, we are going to run kind of a double out combination over here. So as a quarterback, what you're looking for is you get corner off, you're going to take one of the outs. So there they are. Like, they're both wide open. But you see, Russell Wilson is already throwing it to his check down right here. Like, it's like drop back throws you check down. Drop back, like, I can't figure out the difference between the two on why one that was fairly decently covered, I decide to rip it down the field, and then the next one, when my first reads are open, I'm going to throw it really quick to my check down. And now this check down was making a play, but this is the Russell Wilson that I saw the last couple years in Denver. The Russell Wilson that would like almost not see anything down the field and just get right to a check down. Or he would just buy a little bit of time back there and he wasn't really looking at anything. And then he would create and try to make a playoff schedule. And so I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's the thought process between all of this? Okay, so here's another one. And again, I'm not necessarily mad at this one. Okay, so what we get right here is we get basically an all-go. Okay, so it's an all-go situation here and here. All right, so we get a quarters coverage. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, all playing a deep fourth of the field. So you see how each one of them is in position to kind of match, each one of these players. So I get quarters. To me, it's an outside throw one way or another. Probably not going to throw the tight end on the top against a corner. So your only option would be the go route down here on the bottom with George Pickens, but the corner is way off here. So on this play, where Russell comes back and kind of peeks and then gets to his check down really quickly, I'm behind it because I can make I can make an argument in my mind on why he would do this, why he might just peek and go, I don't really like it on the outside, go to the check down. Like, I understand why we would get to the check down fast on this concept against this particular look. The last one doesn't make sense to me. But it really just becomes a theme when you watch him play. Is almost every play you're trying to figure out why he's aggressively attacking down the field or why he's getting to the check down. So this is basically the exact same play that we got earlier, right? It was just corner off and we're throwing a quick out to the outside. Okay, so here, Russell takes it. Okay, now he misses the throw, or if it's tipped, I'm not sure. It comes out kind of funny here and goes to the ground. But he takes it. Why does he take it here and not on the other one? And don't get me wrong, I mean, quarterbacks can miss reads, right? And all of that stuff. But there was just something about the way he quickly got to the check down where I don't think he necessarily missed a read. He either didn't know what the read was or he just passed on the read to get to the check down. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing. Again, not in the room, not talking to Russell, don't know exactly what he's thinking on each play, but this is what comes up when I watch him play. All right, so here's another one. Okay, so we come back here right now, and now a little bit different than the first play, but similar aspect because we're getting the same look on the back end. Now we've got two seams. So what's different about the two seams is now we've got a seam on each side of this Mike linebacker. This Mike linebacker opens in this direction, okay, to Russell's left, and so we like to rip this throw in that window against this Tampa 2. Well, what did we see earlier? We saw him rip this throw against Tampa 2, even with the Mike linebacker turning that direction. And so here we are with a very similar play. Why isn't Russell Wilson ripping this one? Like, what am I missing? Like, what's the disconnect here between one play to the next play? And that's what I want to know. And so then even the next step, okay, if I come back and even peek at it, but you see, he's already taken off. Like, he's already running. I mean, I don't think there's, pressure there. I don't think there's something there that would force him to run. So why is he not looking at the mic and then looking to rip this seam? And then if he doesn't have the seam, just know that your check down comes right outside here. So look at the seam, don't have it, just take your one step. Just throw it to him. Throw it to him out here and let him go. But again, it's almost as if he's not seeing it here because he's going through it so fast and he looks up the field and then he takes off running. And then he ends up throwing it to the guy and they get a little play out here. But it's really, to me, kind of funky trying to watch him and analyze like what's going on and what's the thought process and what is he seeing and why is he, deliberate on some and quick to get through it on others. Okay, so here's another one. Look how quick to the check down. Now, again, this is the same play we saw before. So this is all go here, but now we've got a different coverage. Now we've got a two high shell. So the two high shell is going to give us the opportunity to go 2-on-1 off of the safeties. So whichever side we choose, we can go 2-on-1 off of the safeties. And again, we're normally going to choose off of this Mike linebacker. So which way does the Mike linebacker turn? Okay, he turns to the field. Okay, and so again, we throw the ball already, but so our 2-on-1 is going to be up there to that side. And then again, read your 2-on-1. If you don't like it, drop it to your check down. But what is taking him so quickly to his check down? Now, one thing is, I broke it down a few weeks ago on QB Insider, is that he's been really good against man, not as good against zone. And so sometimes I wonder, because he loves throwing these go routes on the outside, is that, he doesn't see man-to-man coverage, and so not quite sure how to process the read, so let me get to my check down quickly. And again, speculation by me. I'm just, because I see him against man, he's very confident. Tacks down the field. He looks for the big throws against man, and then against zone, we see a lot of this. Quick check down, quick check down, quick check down. Okay, another quick check down. And again, some of these, I don't have a problem with it because he comes back and you see his eyes. And his eyes are looking right here, okay? We've got a go route here. Don't like that solo because we've got a safety to go over and take it. So they're going to run a little hook or a little stick right here in the window. So we're going to come out and look at that first. There it is. Okay, do you like it? Oh, well, maybe. Like, I see there's a little bit of space. You could stick that on there if you want. But I understand why. He's tight enough. He's tight enough. Get to your check down. So some of these make sense on quickly getting to the check down. Other ones don't make sense on why he's quickly getting to the check down. And that's, again, where I have a problem when I'm trying to analyze this. I want to have the process. I want to understand the process behind it. It's one of the reasons why I broke down my son's tape. Go back and watch that tape. He's got a process. He's got things that he's seeing. He's going through reads on every play and letting the defense take him to the throw. And sometimes Russell does that, or it appears he does that, and other times it's just this kind of stuff, quick to the check down, and you're trying to figure out why. Okay, so again, beautiful. Like this is picture perfect. They're going to run what I call a 48, so a 4 is an in, and then an 8 here in the slot is the post. Okay, and so they're going to get kind of this quarters look. So we're going to read this safety right here. If that safety sits on the in, right there, sits, squats his feet, ready to jump, then we're going to throw the post up over the top for a touchdown. Beautiful. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Great read, great understanding, perfect ball up over the top. Obviously appears like he's reading it, he's seeing it, he's understanding it, and then he's laying it out for a touchdown. So you got some of those beautiful plays that just seem like, hey, Russell gets it, he's seeing it. Like, it makes sense why he's doing it. And there's other plays that you're just scratching your head going, I don't understand it. I don't know what he's seeing and what the process is that he's going through. All right? So, again, another good play right here. He comes out and he looks left. Okay, so they're trying to get this deep pylon over here to George Pickens. Doesn't like it. Then we're going to work to this cross right here. Now he's got to step up on this play, but keeps his eyes open. Boom. There it is. Big play. Crosser. Love it. Read it. Eyes seem to be in the right spot. It seems to be going through the process. Gets a big play. All right. Now we're back to the quick check down. Okay, and so again, talking about the process. What's the process? So they have a slant flat over here. This is where he starts his eyes. No idea why you would start your eyes over here. And again, don't know what he's coached, don't know what they tell him, but this play is not good against cover 2 because you've got a corner sitting there waiting for the flat. You've got an outside linebacker sitting waiting for the slant. So against cover 2, we don't like that concept. So we would read over here. I think this is a conversion, but it's kind of a double out combination. So I should be over to that side, in my opinion, and then down to the check down instead of to this side. Now, at least, okay, I messed up the read. All right, I don't see it. Okay, no problem. Get to the check down. That's the right thing to do if you go to the wrong side. But to me, I want to know the process. I want to know what the thought process. Why are you down here on this particular play instead of looking right here for the throw? And again, you can decide whether you like it or not because we just saw him earlier do the exact same thing, right? What did he do? He looked at that guy, didn't like it, went to his check down. So look at that guy again, and then go to your check down against this particular look on the back end, and you can just tell it's just quick back, check down. Like he's not even looking. I mean, he doesn't even really give this left side, like he looks over here, but there's no time spent over there looking at the read. It's almost as if I'm not really sure what I'm seeing, get to the check down. Now again, you guys can talk to me if you see something different. Send me comments. Help me understand this. I'm having trouble trying to put it all together and piece it all together from snap to snap. All right, so here we go again. Like, all right, what's our play right here? Okay, our play right here, in my opinion, is, so it's a normal stick concept. So this guy goes up and he runs a stick and has the ability to hook inside. Okay, so that's what I think this play is. A little bit harder to tell with Freiermuth, who kind of falls inside a little bit, but I believe that's what the play is. So when we have this play, what we really like to do is, I mean, obviously this can be an alert against press if you like it, but if not, we want to read this 1 to 2 right here. Okay, we want to read outside in, especially when we have off coverage right here. So let's come back and look at that. There it is. Like, look at how quickly his eyes are already off of that. Like he peeks over there, he's looking, and then he's off. Like, there's your throw. There's your throw right there. There's the completion right there. I mean, that's easy. The guy's 5 yards away from him. That's an easy throw. And once again, already running, already moving and taking off and trying to create, and really good at creating. But it's almost as if I feel less comfortable reading things, seeing things when it's not, man to man, or it doesn't happen quick. I want to just get out and create, or I want to get to my check down. Now, when I'm confident in what I'm seeing or where I want to go, now I'm going to come back and rip it. And the interesting thing, and again, why I'm not trying to create some narrative, is that you're seeing it. You're seeing both aspects of it a lot within a game. It's not just, oh, I pulled out one play. Oh, why did he go to the check down so quickly? Like, you're seeing it happen over and over again. And as I said, this is what I saw from Russell Wilson the last couple years, is that he didn't seem comfortable reading the field and reading the concepts and understanding what he was seeing. And so it was either, throw it up on a deep route, or it was get it to a check down, or it was take off and run and find a completion instead of allowing the play to find a completion for you. All right? So here, and this again, I always like teaching concepts too, and this one, like details of this just drive me crazy. So you're gonna have George Pickens run like a deep corner route here, and then you're gonna have the next receiver running a corner route as well, and then you're gonna have Freiermuth who comes out here, and instead of going to the flat to give us a high-low, he's gonna go out here and then turn around to the inside here. It doesn't make sense. We want to stretch the flat defender on this play first and foremost. Now, the one thing I will say is maybe he's doing a great job because they bring this guy late pressure. So maybe he's going, oh, I'm hot, so I'm making myself available. Watch him make himself available. Right there, I'm hot, perfect. Just keep running. Just keep running. Nobody's there, so let me throw you the hot to the flat. But, I can excuse this if that's what he's doing, is like, hey, I see the guy hot late. I'm just making myself available. Give me a completion. Okay, I can get that right there, even though we missed that one right there. Now, details up here, okay? So, George Pickens, we're never as a quarterback going to be able to complete both of these throws if they go this close together. If they take these angles at the top, right? See that? You realize how hard this throw is right here to this corner? And then this guy, you see, is in position to take away both of them anyways. So, details just drive me crazy. And again, I don't know how it's coached. I don't know what's going on. But to me, it's get hard in here, and then it's go to the back pylon. Go to the back pylon and let me flatten you out as a quarterback. But that back pylon angle now forces this corner into a bind that if I'm going to try to cover the back pylon, there's no way I can cover this one underneath. Or if I fall off to cover the one underneath, then the quarterback can still make the throw to the deep one. If we go this kind of angle, and they're this close together on two corner out routes within 7 yards of each other, corner easily covers both of these guys, and we've got no chance as a quarterback. So look at Russell again. Look at right here, he's already ducking as if he wants to take off and run. And so you go back and look and is this a quarterback draw? No, none of the offensive linemen are showing quarterback draw, but look at how uncomfortable, right? He's already dropped his eyes, not looking down the field, and really not doing much anything. And to me, this is what he loves. Right now, we got a middle close. We got man-to-man. We got press coverage on here. This is what he loves. This is what he's best at, is drop back and throw the go route against man coverage. But once again, getting impatient and quick in the pocket to just get out and try to make a play. And he does. Great job. Great job making a play on the move. Good job by the tight end to make himself available, and they get a big completion. But I want to know why. Why do we get here? Why do we drop our eyes? Why are we getting impatient? What's the problem, here with this particular play that makes me want to stop and just take off and make a play instead of playing the play that's called in the huddle? All right, so here we go again. Same thing. Okay, it's all go. So the first thing I want you to watch Russell's head. Look at his head. Okay, so anytime I see a quarterback that moves his head all over the place, it usually lets me know that he doesn't really know what he's seeing. So he starts with his vision out here, and then he brings his vision back here, and then he brings his vision back to the check down. We should know. What I want to see is a quarterback know. Okay, so I pop and I see, okay, it's two high safeties. Okay, now I'm going to go to this Mike linebacker. Where's the Mike linebacker go? So we've been talking about this a bunch, right? There it is again. He opens this direction. So here's my 2-on-1. And again, I'm not even going to say that he has to throw one of these 2-on-1s over here. But what I'm saying is the play says, get over here to read this 2-on-1 to this side, and then if you don't like it, get to your check down. But his eyes aren't doing that, right? He's back, look, throw, check down, right? He's not even giving anything a chance to get open. Now, maybe this was coached. Hey, on these particular plays, just go back, buy some time because they get a lot of depth in these situations and throw it to your check down. Maybe that's what's being told, okay? And so, okay, if that's it and he's being told to do that, no problem. That's a coaching point and it's just something I don't know. But even if I'm doing that, I'm going to take time to look down the field. Even if I'm told that, hey, in these situations, they're going to drop deep, you can just throw your check down. Even if I'm told that, what I'm going to do as a quarterback is I'm going to drop and I'm going to verify. I'm still going to peek this just to see if maybe I get it. But even if I don't get it, I'm going to play the timing out the same way because if they want to drop, until I throw it to the check down, they're going to keep dropping. So the longer I can take to throw it to the check down, the longer they're going to drop and the bigger window that's going to be between those linebackers and my back. So again, that would be my thought process even if I was told to get it to my check down. This stuff is happening way, way faster than that. Yet you're seeing on those plays, they're picking up some yardage on those plays. So again, maybe it's Russell saying, oh, well, it worked one time. Let me just keep doing it until they take it away. It's another thought process that, can make sense at times. Still don't like to give up big opportunities that are out in front of me, but at least it makes sense, okay? And so now here's another one. Comes back, and he just rips this one. He drops back, and it's like, man, I see it. If that guy gets a window, I'm taking it. Boom. Right on the money. Attack down the field. Aggressive. Looking for the throw down the field. Okay? Why? What's different about this than those other plays? So you're seeing, obviously, some really, really good plays by Russell Wilson. Him attacking down the field, some things that remind us of his best years in Seattle. And then you're seeing some things that, to me, remind me of the last couple years in Denver where he wasn't seeing the field very well and he wasn't making all the right decisions with the football. So I'm trying to figure out, who is he? Which Russell Wilson do we have? So, right? Boom. Come on. You can't throw this any better. What's the look here? Press, middle closed, go. We just looked at one of those, right? We looked at one of those, and what did he do? He dropped his head and he took off running right off the bat instead of staying in there and throwing it on this particular play. Here, confident, back, put it up, boom, drop a dime. All right, so here we go again. Just, again, watch Russell Wilson. So here's the play. We're going to come out here. George Pickens is going to run. I don't know if this is a deep corner route, or if this is supposed to be a comeback. Can't really tell by the angle. And then they've got kind of a hook, pivot out here, and then off the play fake, Najee runs to the flat. Okay, so how I would expect to read this because of the timing of the outside. 1 to 2. And then we work to our check down, okay? So we come back, and I want you to watch Russell Wilson, okay? So do you see how fast? Okay, he comes back, makes the fake, boom. He's already to his check down again. Look, he's even taken his hand off the ball. He's ready to throw his check down. Nobody's even out of their route yet. Nobody's even come out of their route, and he's ready to throw the check down here. He's pumping it. George comes open, okay? The inside guy slides into that window. He's open too. There's a great pocket. He's got both of these throws at some point to get the chunk play, and he's already pumped it to the back here, and now he's taken off. Again, make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense to me what he's seeing, what the process is on this particular play, what's taking him to the check down so quickly. Boom. Again, just understand. The laughter from me is you can't get any better than this. To see all these guys walked up and to know that they might bring pressure. If they don't bring pressure, they're running out into all different zones, and you might be able to hit them quick. Look at it. Boom. Hits the back foot and rips a seam in between all of these guys that are popping out here without any hesitation whatsoever. Free hitter coming to the left side. Like, it just doesn't get any better than this. This is like beautiful football, and we've seen it a handful of times in this game, but it's not every play. I mean, in some of this stuff, like, it's picture perfect, like teaching tape with some of the stuff that he's doing. And then other stuff, like I said, you're scratching your head and just wondering, I don't know, I can't make sense of it. Okay, so here we go again, right? Look how quickly he's out of this. Now, I will say up here, maybe, and again, I'm trying to make stuff up to go, this is maybe why he's taken off really quickly. Okay, so what we're going to have is kind of that same play that we've seen a couple times. This guy kind of breaking into the hole, and then this guy runs a go route to kind of clear out. Now, George on the top, and again, some of these things that drive me crazy with wide receivers is this is what I would call a must outside release, what we call an MOR. If you've got a guy breaking outside, inside of you, you cannot go inside the corner. You've got to go outside and either widen him or get him to turn his head away from that inside breaking route. So we got a shot to throw that in the hole. Now, George goes inside. So maybe that's what Russ sees. Oh, he goes inside, he mucks this up. It's too tight. I don't want it. But Russell's already moving. He's already throwing. He's not even giving that a chance because you see it right there. There's an opportunity to get that throw. Now, again, maybe George isn't running a go route because right here he's turning around and looking at the quarterback. So maybe I'm wrong and it's not a go route connected to it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that route is, but maybe Russell saw that and thought, oh, it's clouded because George went inside, or it's clouded because the corner's jamming, and let me just get out and create. And then it's this, like, come on. Unbelievable throw. That is Russell Wilson, Seattle at his best, coming out, buying time, sees a guy falling away, beautiful throw, rocket for the touchdown. It's just confusing me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys other than some are unbelievably beautiful, really, really good football, and others just have you sitting back and going, man, it just looks like a guy that doesn't know what he's looking at and is just trying to play backyard football. And then you have another one of these. They're going to come up, walk up, blitz zero, and we've got this skinny post over here. And Russell, no hesitation. Man, they're bringing a full blitz here. A lot of times, if guys are going to panic, it's going to be against the full blitz. Not Russell back. Boom. Hit the back foot. Drive the skinny post. Beautiful. Vintage Seattle right here. 40-yard gain. Beautiful throw. Confident in what I'm seeing. Playing ball. It's just a conundrum trying to figure out between one and the other. What's going on? What's he seeing? What's the process? Just, again, confusing me. And it's why I did my son's tape the other day because I feel like my son always has a process and it allows him to be successful. Why he threw for over 400 yards. Now, Russell threw for over 400 yards and some incredibly, beautiful football and definitive with what he was doing. And then other ones just looks like he's not quite sure what's going on, but just happened to make plays in those situations and have success. So, respond, tell me what you're seeing.